NUTS. 10,617 monsters in 2 huge arenas. The first proper UVMax of this map was actually only done recently, and it was tool assisted. It took 6 hours of in-game time, but 23 days of real time. Oh, and of course it was done by ZeroMaster. So what is it about this map that is so hard to UVMax? There are 848 Cyberdemons, and there's nowhere near enough ammo to kill them all. ZeroMaster had to painstakingly gather up 70,000 Revenant missiles and use them to get the job done. Even if you don't do that, some Cyberdemons will die to infighting, but they tend to make short work of all the Spider Demons and Archviles they share their arena with. Once the Cyberdemons are all that's left, they can't really infight each other. But I got to thinking, what if they could infight? Because there's actually a pretty easy way to check this out. See, all monsters with projectile attacks, and that includes Cyberdemons and their rockets, are hard-coded not to be able to infight their own kind. If you want to know a lot more about this, you can see Decino's really excellent video on infighting. Essentially, projectiles know what monster type fired them, so when a projectile hits something, it checks if that's the same monster type that fired it, and if it is, then it just decides not to deal any damage and doesn't provoke an infight. However, we can trick this code. Using DeHackEd, we can give any monster all the behaviour and stats and visuals of another monster. For example, we could say to Commander Keen that it now has 4,000 health, and doesn't start attached to the ceiling, and should use all the behaviour of a Cyberdemon. Loading this DeHackEd patch in will now make any Commander Keen that's placed in the map look and act like a Cyberdemon. Except in 2 crucial ways. It won't be immune to splash damage anymore, and it will be able to infight. This leads us back to NUTS. If I were to load this DeHackEd patch and change all the Cyberdemons in the map into Commander Keens, will it be any easier to UVMax? So there you have it. A pretty silly, but I think kind of fun experiment nonetheless. And the answer obviously is a resounding yes. It becomes much easier to UVMax nuts when the Cyberdemons just take care of each other. It's really interesting to see what Cyberdemons do when they are able to infight. Basically, they just smash each other. I mean, the way I've done it means they're not immune to splash damage either. So, you know, if there was going to be one monster type that can really take out a Cyberdemon quickly, of course it's going to be another Cyberdemon. There is a little bit of strategy involved still. You'll probably notice that what I did was just open the second arena and then quickly run away. That's deliberately to just let like the very far layer of spider demons see me and then start trying to fire and just cause a giant infight. And then as you see, they all just completely take care of each other. That was a particularly good run where there was only what, like 11 enemies left at the end or something. Sometimes there's a lot more, but I do it that way because you have to be really careful that you don't end up with like 50 to 100 archfiles left at the end. Funnily enough, when the Cyberdemons just take each other out, the archfiles smash the spider demons, and then you're left with 100 of them to take out. And there is enough ammo, but they tend to like cluster at the very bottom of the drop-off, and so you've only got a split second to jump down there with your invulnerability and BFG and try and take them all out, and they zap you and send you miles backwards, and so you just don't have, you know, you're not close enough for all the BFG tracers to actually hit them and do the job. You can use that to get blasted back up on the platform, but then, like I say, you've only got a split second to fire a BFG ball at them, and so you'd have to do it multiple times and you'll very quickly run out of ammo and invulnerabilities. So it's not particularly viable. I think it would be possible if there was that many archfiles left, especially if it was a better player than me doing it, but as you saw, I figured out this strategy. You can just sort of cheekily run away and it pretty much just takes care of itself. Anyway, that's my first sort of experiment with DeHackEd. Let me know if you want to see more sort of DeHackEd experiments. That was kind of the main point of this video, not really to UVMax nuts, but to just muck around with DeHackEd. So let me know what you think, and if you want to see any more DeHackEd shenanigans, leave a comment. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.